Imagine a galaxy where the stars are dying, and the only thing keeping humanity alive is a fleet of ancient sentient ships that choose their captains based on compatibility rather than rank. You are Elias Thorne, now firmly established as the captain of the Last Horizon, but command is only half the battle. To keep this temperamental, godlike vessel flying, you need someone who understands its soul better than anyone else, the Engineer. Welcome to the Engineer, the second atmospheric, character-driven, and deeply immersive installment in Will Wright's The Last Horizon series. If you love sentient ship tropes, high-stakes space opera, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a broken crew find redemption through technical brilliance and sheer stubbornness, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in military sci-fi, blending the visceral terror of deep space isolation with the profound weight of responsibility. The narrative kicks off with the Last Horizon facing a critical systems failure that threatens to strand them in hostile territory, forcing Elias to rely on a brilliant but reclusive engineer who speaks the language of machines better than people. The atmosphere is thick with the hum of the ship's consciousness, the smell of burnt wiring and ozone, and the creeping dread of knowing that every repair could be the difference between survival and becoming another ghost story in the void. Wight excels at capturing the psychological toll of leadership under pressure, making every diagnostic scan, every tactical maneuver, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble, where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of the last hope for humanity. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular tech wizard trope and the brilliant found family dynamic. This isn't just about shooting lasers, it's about understanding the unique personality of your ship, managing a crew of outcasts, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior numbers. Watching the Engineer reverse engineer enemy tactics, forge uneasy alliances with former rivals, and completely shock arrogant admirals with unconventional trap-heavy strategies is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the space combat to life, making the roar of plasma cannons, the shudder of impact, and the frantic chatter of the bridge crew feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular explosions and the sci-fi mechanics, the soul of The Last Horizon lies in its characters and the heavy burden of trust. Elias and his engineer aren't just officers, they are deeply human individuals struggling with the moral weight of leading people who have been failed by the system. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, unbreakable bond with the crew, a found family bound by shared trauma and the hope of a future worth fighting for. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet conversations in the engine room feel just as impactful as the explosive sector-wide battles. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major threat emerges that targets the Last Horizon specifically, forcing Elias and his team into a desperate, high-stakes confrontation. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming firepower, and raw, unbridled courage. They must use every hidden trick, every overloaded reactor, and every ounce of their combined experience to break the enemy's formation and secure a foothold for humanity. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, paradigm-shifting victory that proves humanity's greatest weapon isn't its technology, it's its refusal to give up. The Engineer is a triumph of the military space opera genre. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically epic. Will Wright has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog rising to the top. Plug in your headphones, check your sensors, and join the crew. The horizon is last, but their fight is just beginning.